Electricity is the beating pulse of modern civilization. It lights up the dazzling skyscrapers, drives the operation of smartwatches, and connects every corner of human society. From automated irrigation in farmlands to life-sustaining ventilators in hospitals. Yet imagine a day when this current is abruptly cut, like a knife slicing a wire. Elevators halt mid-air, operating rooms plunge into darkness, traffic lights go on collective strike, and even the last chill in refrigerators fades silently into the heat. When electricity vanishes, prosperity dims in an instant, exposing civilization's fragile underbelly. Hunger and fear spread like a virus. Shelves were stripped bare, gas stations ransacked, and crumpled banknotes littered the ground. A suited man used his tie to bind a food thief. A woman pushing a stroller hid half a biscuit, her wheels rolling over the cash below. Law and morality crumbled into ruins. Robbery and plunder played out brazenly on the streets. Households barricaded doors with sofas and cabinets, boarded up windows, and behind them, armed men and women stifled their breath. At the sound of footsteps, hearts pounded, fearful not just of neighbors, but of food raiders. Human society split into two camps, predators and guardians. Neighbors who once jogged together, colleagues who collaborated for years, became mortal enemies in the scramble for resources. The old moral system disintegrated, replaced by the jungle law of survival of the fittest. In the ruins, children found a broken smartphone. Its cracked screen sparkled in the sun, and the stars on the display were unknown to them. They pasted fluorescent powder as eyes, treating it as a prophet that sees the past, offering half a moldy bread daily. In the relic forge of the underground city, craftsmen wove holy robes from rusted circuit boards and broken fiber optics. Each chip was engraved with self-invented sacred symbols, actually circuit patterns. A priest held up a defunct projector, claiming it cast the shadow of the Creator. As believers knelt, their distorted faces reflected in its lens. At the temple's center stood a giant generator wreckage, its shell wrapped in gold foil and topped with a neon tube, glowing faintly with fluorescent fungus sap. The priest proclaimed, "This is the creation core of the Age of Light. With enough prayer, it will reignite the world." No one noticed the nameplate reading Made in USA 2030. A girl named Lucy grew up in the ruins with her grandfather. The pocket watch at her waist, his last gift, kept time more accurately than any device in the underground city. Before he died, he whispered, "Antarctica holds secrets." Lucy often scavenged for labeled fragments. Today, she found a metal plate with the faded words, "Restart Program," the third time she'd seen similar text in different ruins. That night, Lucy sneaked into the temple's chamber with a homemade fluorescent torch. On the faded mural, people activated a device at an Antarctic base with scrawled words below. They made the light vanish to save the Earth. Comparing it to her grandfather's notebook, she realized he'd drawn not an ordinary device, but the EMP, electromagnetic pulse, that cut the power. He was both a witness and a part of the plan. Deeper in the chamber, she found a sealed computer blinking steadily. She entered the numbers 2030613 from her grandfather's notes, and the screen lit up, a vintage video.
"We are not destroyers, but guardians of civilization. When humanity ravaged the planet, only cutting power could buy a chance for our dying world. But at the cost of forcing humanity through darkness, was it worth it?